Good morning, Kuwait. Good morning, everybody. This is a live coverage for your daily program. Good morning, Kuwait, from KTV2, from the Information Ministry of Kuwait. And Happy New Year, and good morning, Sarah, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Farid, and good morning to you. And good morning to you, dear viewers, and everyone who's watching us through KTV2. Welcome to a new episode of 2023.
Wow, that's the newest.
The new. So, dear viewers, of course, we have various segments and special guests that we are so happy and pleased to have them with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the program. Never go away.
Absolutely. We have, really interesting segments, and one of, those who paved the way for the female, Kuwaiti female in our society, Nadia Al-Mtawwa.
Yes.
She was a real horse rider and a knight, let's say, for the girls in my society, where she was, one of the pioneers in female sports.
Exactly. It's really a privilege to have Miss Nadia actually with us in our show. And also we have Haya Nafisi, and she's going to talk us about her project, isn't it?
She has very excellent project. Please, dear viewers, don't go away, because we have to talk about her project and more details. But let's a little bit, chit chat about the new year. So how was your new year?
Well, it was really great, because I stayed at home actually with my family gathering.
Absolutely.
We had barbecue, and it was really cold weather outside, and we avoided crowded and then we stayed at home.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of people, by the way, they go to those astronomers,
Yes.
and what's funny, it seems to me all the astronomers, have the same results.
Oh, really?
I don't know, like they make some analogy, and then they become with these predictions. But honestly, definitely, it's all in the hands of Allah. So definitely has nothing to do with it. Anyway, we have plenty to talk about. We have plenty to come. Please stay tuned, and we'll be back with more segments.
Good morning, dear viewers. Low visibility this morning due to fog between 2 to 4 kilometers over some areas, but visibility will improve, inshallah, gradually in the coming few next hour, inshallah. By today, it's going to be rather cold weather with light to moderate northwesterly wind with a speed of 8 to 35 kilometers per hour, but it's going to be cold weather at night. Chances for rain will start with us today, and it will continue with us until Thursday. Today we recorded, as we can see, 9 degrees for the minimum temperature in Kuwait International Airport. Maximum temperature may reach 17 degrees state of sea. It's going to be slight to moderate by day from 1 to 4 feet and from 1 to 3 feet. In general, as we can see, sea current is going to be downdraft overall. Expected weather in Kuwait City for the next 5 days. Rather cold weather by day, chances for rain starting from today until Thursday. We are expecting unstable weather, especially on Wednesday. Southeasterly wind expected late night from Tuesday until Thursday. There is unstable weather and thunderstorm expected by Wednesday. Fresh wind, low visibility. Take a caution while you're driving in the highway. Avoid all marine activities for the next 3 days until Thursday morning. Southeasterly wind will continue with us until Thursday morning. As we can see, significant decreasing in temperature between 10 to 11 degrees in Kuwait City. Over the desert area will range between 7 to 9 degrees. Maximum temperature may reach 15 degrees. This is our weather forecasting this morning. Thanks for watching us. And now let's go back to our colleague Sarah.
Dear viewers, we are back, and definitely it's a beautiful weather, chilly, but you got to be, having a jacket in the car. So please, jacket or coat anyway. So let's move on, and, Sarah will introduce Kona News for you.
Thank you, Farid, for the introduction. And now let's move on with our headlines from our colleague Kuna. And the first headline, His Highness the Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah has exchanged cables of congratulations with leaders of Arab and friendly states on the new year. His Highness the Emir expressed his wishes that the world may witness security, peace, stability, and prosperity. The Arabian Gulf Cup is one of the most prominent sporting events in the region and has drawn a large audience and a strong competition since its inception, remarkably developing its all technical, organizing, and media levels. The 25th Gulf Cup will be held in Iraq's southern province of Basra from January 6 to 19, 2023. The Kuwait Sat-1 will launch to orbit soon on board on a space exploration technologies corporation's SpaceX rocket, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of Kuwaiti youth of further space exploration. The state of Kuwait attached prominent care and backing the humanitarian and relief activities, earning it a prestigious place on the global humanitarian map, according to Kuwait Red Crescent Society. This is all the news, dear viewers, we have for today. And now let's move on with our episode, but after this short break. Well, as usual, we either cooperate with her through a phone, actually, call or a microwave, telling us the latest of Ministry of Interiors, isn't it, Farid?
Absolutely. Today, she will tell more of what's inside in Kuwait airport and the latest of its safety procedures and passports. Let's go and see this airport with Captain Sarah. Captain Sarah, good morning.
Good morning to you, Farid and Sarah. Happy New Year to you, to our dear viewers, and to good morning also, team.
Happy New Year to you too, actually,
Absolutely.
Captain Sarah.
Happy New Year to you too, Captain Sarah. And I hope definitely this year becomes really peaceful with more health and prosperity to you and your family.
Inshallah, the same to you.
So, Captain Sarah, we'd like from you to know the latest, actually, security media update and the traffic in the street of Kuwait, for sure.
Yes, Sarah. According to the control room report, and up to this hour, we are here in the control room. The traffic movement is slightly calmer now. Even today, earlier, Sarah, as you know, no schools, it means no traffic.
Beautiful.
So many parents, I think, they choose to take leave maybe and stay with their kids, and some families already are traveling because, as you know, I think the Ministry of Education gave the students a very long holiday, so many people are traveling these days. The roads calmer down, but the airport is very crowded nowadays.
Yes.
So, as you know, also the peak hour in Kuwait City starts at 7 to 9
to 3 p.m. and in between it means when our show starts.
In between it means when our show starts, no traffic jam can.
But you know, over the weekend holiday, we saw or two maybe pictures went viral, Farid and Sarah, for some accidents, terrible accidents, to be honest, and we feel sad to see these accidents that caused death. And in this regard, we just want to remind the drivers.
In this regard, we just want to remind the drivers to think more before act. Think about the families that may lose their kids. Think about the kids they will lose their parents because of reckless driver. Just think of their pain and how they will live with it. Maybe, and frankly, and maybe it's the first time to tell you that I had this bad experience because I lost my brother on 2013 and he was 15 years old because of a reckless driver. So please be careful before act to save your life, of course, and others' life.
We are
always reduce the speed limit and leave enough space.
Definitely, Sarah. We are really, this unfortunate news, and definitely our, really thoughts with you, and God bless your brother, his soul, and all, especially those youngsters, who go as a result of reckless driving.
Yes.
And I just want to add, Captain Sarah, that. Unfortunately, those drivers who pass by and they try to take, shoot some videos, to have a scoop in a social media, that's really bad. I don't know how they have the guts, honestly, to really see and watch somebody bleeding or somebody in a chaos,
Exactly.
in that accident, Sarah, and yet they are filming.
Mm-hmm. That's really dangerous. Actually, dear viewers, please
Yes,
be
and
careful
we
of that.
mentioned before.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Sarah.
go ahead, Captain Sarah.
Yeah, and also we mentioned before that it's violating other privacy and it's not allowed. It's illegal
Exactly.
action. So please don't take pictures or videos, video clip, and spread it through social media. Really, it's violate the other privacy and it's illegal, as I mentioned.
And
Follow the traffic
it would be,
rules to avoid these kind of accidents.
Captain
Yes.
Sarah, it would be really very, heartbreaking for the families of the people who's in an accident.
Exactly, Farid. So please be careful before doing these acts. Really, it's illegal and it's violate other privacy. Be careful while driving. Save your life and others' life. Reduce the speed limit. No matter how it's far, just buckle up. Don't use your mobile while driving. Really, it's dangerous and it's one of the top reasons of accidents in Kuwait City. Also, respect the red light and use the turn signal before changing your lane, and give the other drivers, of course, plenty time before changing also your lane. Also,
Yes.
we want to take the chance today and talk about, because as you know, the weather is unstable and maybe it will rain anytime. So please take extra precaution in the rainy season. Reduce the speed limit, especially when it's rain, and maintain your vehicle. Many accidents, over 20 accidents last week when we had rain, because of many of the reasons or the causes, because of the windshield wipers weren't work properly. So please maintain your car, your brakes, your tires, the windshield, and also reduce the speed limit, as I told you, to avoid hydroplaning because the roads are slippery. And that time, don't change your lane suddenly, and if there is road water,
Yes.
Thank you.
roadside, just stay in the middle lane.
Great, thanks, Captain Sarah, and definitely we really take your advices seriously, and I hope the viewers, take them seriously.
Exactly.
Captain Sarah from the Ministry of Interior, thank you very much. And what do we have next?
Well, Farid, moving from security media to chocolate.
Because
We are now living in the winter season and we all actually love chocolate.
Absolutely.
But dear viewers, I think we're going to have a report about that, isn't it?
Okay, so what melts in your mouth is ooey gooey devilishly with sweet and creamy goodness. That's right, I'm talking about chocolate.
Is it? Sure. It is estimated that currently 1 billion people eat chocolate every day. In 2020 alone, some chocolate brands saw triple-digit growth online during the pandemic. The average person eats about 12 pounds of chocolate per year, compared to 15 pounds for average European. Wow.
How often do you eat chocolate? Honestly?
Well, 1 bar per day.
Per day,
Yes.
every day, like
Every
me.
day,
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
I can't live without chocolate, actually.
Sometimes I eat more than one time, but
Oh.
but definitely one for sure.
Yes.
Especially with the coffee.
With the coffee, for sure. Do you love like dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
No, just regular chocolate.
Regular,
Yeah.
okay. Milk
forget
chocolate, yes.
Yeah, dark chocolate is not my type. Honestly.
Yes, but you can eat whatever you want unless you're gonna do some workouts, actually. And I know you love football, actually.
Absolutely. Working out is, it's our second nature now.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's move on and see the chocolate report.
Good morning, Kuwait. My name is Saleh Lari. Did you know that the first name of chocolate was Zocolat, and it originated from the Mayan culture? In 2017, I was very interested on the process of chocolate and how chocolate is made. So I've looked up into it, and I've discovered most of chocolate doesn't contain chocolate, and most of it contained palm oil. That's why in 2017 I went to Belgium and studied on how to make chocolate, and I became a chocolate maker. While I was in Belgium, I've discovered that chocolate has many varieties and many tastes, and the process of making chocolate differs from the bean to bar companies. The chocolate beans from each origin will have distinct flavors and different procedures on how to make chocolate. In our factory, we take care of all the requirement on how to make the best chocolate you can have. So even the process of roasting the bean, we try not to over roast the bean or under roast the bean to develop the perfect flavors as well. After we roast the beans, we take them to a machine called a cracker/winnower, which crack the bean and take out the husk, and we are left just with the bean. After we take the beans, we put them in a machine called a melanger. A melanger is a grinder that grinds the cocoa nibs into a velvety chocolate. Usually it takes between 3 to 4 days until we get the texture we are required. And the last process is the tempering. We temper the chocolate to get the right crystallization of chocolate that we want, so it breaks, it doesn't melt right away, and from here we get our chocolate bars. There's a lot of difference between commercial chocolate and bean to bar chocolate. One of them, we don't add any preservatives, and when we say it's 70% chocolate, it contains 70% of chocolate, of cocoa nibs. Usually the commercial chocolate use cocoa butter or alternatives, such palm oils. So they put, instead of cocoa nibs, they put cocoa powder or cocoa mass, and then they add a little bit of cocoa butter, which is the most expensive part, so they don't put a lot, and add the palm oils and another emulsifiers and or such as soy lecithin. Well, anything that contains a lot of cocoa nibs, which is the most expensive part of the chocolate, considered very elegant, and that's why it's a little bit more expensive than the milk chocolate. Well, the duration of chocolate usually differs from a country to another. So in Europe, it's usually 3 years, and in Kuwait here, it's only 2 years. And if you sealed it well and preserve it well, it won't get any damage, let's say. Preserving chocolate usually is made by sealing it and maintaining it or putting it in a dark place with no air, a dark, cool place. Lately, a lot of company adds a lot of nuts or flavors to chocolate, but here we don't believe in this. We believe that if you tasted the origin of each country chocolate that they produce, you will have different tastes, and it will have different tastes. Chocolate is a big word. I just gave you the headlines. Thank you. Good morning, Kuwait.
Well, we saw, dear viewers, this lovely introduction about horse riding. Well, our guest for today, she loved observing rides at the club, but she felt like very few were wearing a safety vest, and that's when she saw many get hurt, fall on their backs, and she thought if there was just a barrier that not like ones we wear, the vest that did not look good or heavy and not comfortable during the summer heat, maybe something lightweight and still does the job, at least for the sake of safety. She is a rider, herself a strong entrepreneur. So dear viewers, let's welcome together Haya Nafisi. She is actually an industrial engineer and also a horse riding. So hello and good morning, Haya.
Good morning.
So actually we are so happy to have you with us this morning.
I'm happy to, thank you.
So first of all, Haya, we know that you have like a project, but first of all, let's know about yourself. Introduce yourself to our dear viewers.
I'm a horse rider and I started wearing the vest a very long time ago, but it wasn't an airbag vest, it was like a normal vest. But even during falls, I didn't feel like it actually protected the back, and it was painful and hurtful, and lots of riders, even with normal safety vests, used to get hurt. Yes, it protects the back, but still, it didn't do the job well. So the airbag vest was all over the news, like around 2 years ago, with the new design. So I said, why not bring it to Kuwait and introduce it? And yes,
we're going to talk more about the vest later on, Haya, but first of all, we'd like to know about you. When actually did you start riding? Which was your first actual experience of horse riding, Haya?
I started when I was young, but as I grew older, I felt like I was more committed to the sport, especially with show jumping.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. So from this time, you felt that you have to be like a horse rider.
Yes.
And that's amazing. So now let's get back to your project, which is the vest, actually. When actually you came up, or how you came up with this great idea?
I felt like it's important to, especially in horse riding, because it's very risky. So many riders used to fall, and they felt like they needed something that actually looked good and does the job well. So it doesn't only protect the back, it protects the neck and the chest area.
Wow.
And it does the job, because this is airbag technology expert, Light, and it's been in the business for 20 years.
Wow, from 20 years.
Made in France.
Okay.
So
we can see here actually in the picture.
Yeah.
Can you please explain it?
As you can see, the saddle strap, you attach it to the saddle, and once you get on with the vest, you just attach it to the lanyard and you're good to go.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
So once you feel that you're gonna fall, it's like automatically.
It automatically sets it open.
Yes.
And just inflates.
That's amazing. And then can protect your neck, your back, and your chest.
Yes.
Even if the fall is like 1 meter or like half a meter.
Yes, it's by the force. It's studied like in scientific.
That's amazing. We have one here. Can you please show it to our dear viewers, Haya?
Sure.
Wow, amazing.
So this is the vest.
Yes.
It's lightweight, breathable. And as you can see here, this is the lanyard and the saddle strap. This is usually attached to the saddle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay.
And
so
after
it has to be attached, actually.
Yes.
It has to be attached. That's amazing. So as you mentioned, it should be like a good looking, especially for girls.
Especially for girls, and especially for Kuwaitis.
For Kuwaitis now, because we love fashion. It should be like fashioned while you are horse riding, actually.
Yeah.
So you say this it's good for summer heat, isn't it? Especially
it's good in the summer
heat.
Lightweight. Yeah, I've been wearing it all summer, and some riders actually did wear it during the summer.
Yes.
And it did help a lot. And obviously there's a gas, as you can see.
Yes. Oh, there's a gas. Okay.
And the gas cartridge has to be thrown away after the fall.
It has to be.
It has to be thrown away and replaced with a new gas.
And why is that?
Because the gas it's spread throughout the airbag to actually inflate. It makes the airbag inflate.
So it's going to be empty.
It's going to be empty. So you throw it off and you get a new gas and you replace it.
That's amazing, actually. So was it tested before, actually, like you bring it here to Kuwait, before you brought it here to Kuwait, was it tested before? As you mentioned, from 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years in business in France. So it's been tested a lot of times. Yes.
So how is the feedback now from the fest? You received from your colleagues, the horse riders?
The feedback was really nice. It was really nice, especially last season, in the beginning of the season. Riders fell off and they gave me the greatest feedback, and I felt like my job was done. My mission of spreading safety awareness was there, and everyone started wearing it. And coaches, even some coaches in some clubs, they actually made it a rule where riders can't enter the lesson without the vest.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
that's really good. Like it actually, you know, it makes you more confident when you ride because you know you're going to be protected before falling off. You know there's nothing to worry about. Yes, it doesn't protect the whole body, all body parts, no, but
the most important
vital part, the most important parts are there.
That's amazing. As you mentioned, it can feel you more comfortable while horse riding. I always been interesting to be like a horse rider before, but I was scared of falling, you know. But after this fest, maybe I'm gonna start and be ready and willing to be like a horse rider. Why not, isn't it?
Yes, you should.
That's amazing, Haya. So Haya, as a young entrepreneur, you are a young entrepreneur. How did you manage to start marketing for your project, for the Vest project?
So I started marketing with the best coaches and professional riders. I asked to take pictures of them wearing the vest, and I explained the vest to them. Some were surprised. Some didn't even remember it existed a while back because it used to be like long ago. There was an airbag vest. It just wasn't designed beautifully like this one. So
they shocked and surprised.
They were shocked, and I explained to them that it inflates before a rider falls off, and they were very supportive. And I took many photographs of so many riders, and I'd like to thank them for that, for letting me spread their pictures all over the Instagram page and the testimonials on the website of their experience.
I'm pretty sure they are so proud of you, Haya. You brought them something really unique, actually.
Thank you.
So how common, actually, Haya, does like a horse rider fall?
It's very common for a horse rider to fall.
Really? Okay.
Yes, it's very common because you will never predict a horse's reaction.
Yes.
A horse can be scared of anything. It can be a plastic piece, or it can be a kid running, or a loud noise. Anything can frighten the horse.
Oh, okay.
So you can never predict. And the issue during competitions, especially this season, is refusals. It's when the horse refuses to jump a fence. Imagine you approach a fence on your horse, about to jump, and he refuses, and he runs away.
Oh my God, okay.
So you get thrown off easily. And this is what's happening. So
this is what's happening, but we have something to protect us.
Yeah,
which
finally.
Is the best.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah.
So it has actually sizes for children, like for X large, small, medium, or only one size.
It has for children and adults. For children, have to be 35 kilograms minimum.
Yes.
And for adults, it's up to double XL. So for all sizes.
For all, that's amazing, especially for the beginners. Actually, it's really amazing and really useful for beginners for the horse riding, isn't it?
Yes, beginners and show jumpers.
And show jumpers, that's amazing. So, Haya, what is your, since you are, for sure actually, you are a horse rider, what is your favorite horse type?
I like gentle horses. I don't like really fast.
Okay, gentle horses.
Yeah, that are nice and sweet and listen to what I ask for.
Yes.
Most riders want that. It's just like, most importantly for me, is I don't want a horse that rushes or is too fast.
That's yes, for sure. I can see here how they put, what's it called actually?
The saddle strap.
Okay.
Yeah, he's attaching the saddle strap to the saddle. And now he's just going to get on.
And he is happy as well. Okay.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yes, he's going to be
a show jumper.
Yes, that's amazing, actually. So, Haya, what is your future agenda, your future plans?
For the future, first of all, I feel like I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, which is safety awareness, and continue to progress in horse riding.
Yes.
And show jumping, and like my sponsored rider, Nadia Mtawa, with her experience, it shows you the seriousness of the message we're trying to spread, which is safety awareness. Nadia is wearing the safety vest, and she's helping a lot with the support. I'd love to thank her, and everyone looks up to her, and I'm sure she did a huge movement and so much support to all the riders. So all riders are now
You are
getting to know.
speechless, actually.
Yeah.
I know that. And would like to thank, actually, for sure, Nadia Al-Mtawa. She is with us, actually, after your introduction. And now we're going to have Nadia Al-Mtawa, for sure. So big thanks for you, Haya. Big appreciation, and wish you all the best of luck in your near future.
Thank you so much.
So big thanks and appreciation with our dear guest, Haya Nafisi. She is a horse rider, and also she is an engineer. She talked with us about her project. Best wishes for her. So dear viewers, let's move on to another aspect. We know Sai Garden is a type of a plant specialized in terrarium and actually indoor potted plants. It's known with a variety of exotic plants that people may choose to customize or make their own actually plants and pots. The way of its design is one of the kind, and it's most of the wonderful gesture that you expressed your gratitude as a gift. So dear viewers, let's watch this lovely interview about Sai Garden.
Good morning, Kuwait. Here's Abdullah Saleh from Sai Workshop. So today we're going to go through the process of making the terrariums. Terrariums is a miniature gardens that we plant, and people could plant using vases, different shapes, different sizes of glass vases, to create your own small garden that you can keep around your house, your office, or wherever you find a suitable place for indoors. And now we're going to go through the process of making a terrarium, which basically starts with the basic sand as a first layer. So we have different tools that we use for preparing a terrariums. Let's say we have the spoon that we can use for small neck vases, where we spread the soil around and make sure that we fix the plants properly, so we know that it's 100% fixed in the soil while preparing the terrarium and planting the terrarium. We have also so many tools that we use to remove, let's say, some of the dead leaves, some of the branches, small stones that cover up some part of the plants that we don't want to cover, basically, and we just want to show each and every part of that plant. We also have a little type of brush that we use to clean the leaves right after planting them. You know, the process involves adding soil into the terrarium and how to fix that terrarium. So we want to make sure that plants are properly cleaned up to enjoy the art of nature as a finished product. So right after putting the white sand here, we include the small pebbles, the white pebbles here, before adding the soil. So using the soil here, we can use it, basically that's all the plant's nutrition, it'll be available under the soil. And we also use the soil to create the different shapes of terrariums and layering and different design. The reason we call it the art of nature is that because you can associate it, preparing a terrarium is like a natural landscape at a mountain or at some different country where you could enjoy a mountain view, or like a green jungle in here while we're preparing the process. So we just finished the process of preparing the terrarium layer, and now we're going to be adding the type of plants that we want to add in the terrarium. Here we have the bonsai plant, which is basically where it all started. It's a Japanese term for planted in a container, and basically that's where Sai came from, creating different, let's say, natural designs using plants and different shape of glasses. So now we've gone through the process of preparing a terrarium. It starts with the sand, pebbles, and then right after the pebbles we have the different layer of grey pebbles that we usually add after adding the soil, and then we have the green moss that we design the terrarium with, along with a mix of small, medium and large different type of rocks to create that natural design. that basically ends up with having such a finished item, as you can see here. So now when you hear basically bonsai, terrarium and sai, you basically knows the process and exactly what that is associated with, from a bonsai tree to a nice terrarium tree. This is the final product here. We can see the bonsai terrarium, where we started with preparing all the layers, adding the soil, fixing the plant and designing the rocks to have different landscapes and layers to showcase in the terrarium. Thank you so much.
We are back, dear viewers. Again, we say Happy New Year to you all, and we are moving on with the next guest. What does it mean to have been in the sport of show jumping as a woman for Kuwait for over 40 years, likely? It means that the person has been actively involved in the sport of show jumping for a significant amount of time and has a strong connection to Kuwait. Show jumping is a competitive equestrian sport in which riders and their horses navigate a course of obstacles such as fences and walls in an effort to complete the course in the fastest time without incurring penalties for knocking down obstacles or refusing to jump them. It is a popular and prestigious sport that is often featured in international competitions such as the Olympics. And definitely our guest, she paved the way for Kuwaiti females and the GCC. Let's all welcome Nadia Lemtawa, the Golden Rider. Good to see you, Nadia.
Good to see you too, Farid. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, and we are really honored and glad to have you. I remember in my teenage time and even younger, I remember you, Nadia, and you were, our hero, honestly, in show jumping. And I'm honored to have you here now in 2023, interviewing you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here, really, and to be here after all this time as well in this wonderful sport. Absolutely.
So let's, go to the questions directly. Tell us about, how the journey started with you and the horses.
Okay, from a young age, my parents loved horses, so I think I picked it up from them. Mm-hmm. And my mother would take me riding and I was only a baby, put me in front of her on the horse. And then we started to have lessons. And it grew from there, really, and we joined Hunting and Equestrian Club. This photo was in Nadi al-Ghazal.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes.
That's really amazing. That's your mom?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. And this is you?
Yes.
In a beautiful white coat.
That was, yes, Nadi al-Ghazal.
Yeah?
Yes, in Kuwait. And the horse was called Rima.
Rima, okay.
So from a very young age, I fell in love with the horses.
With the horses?
Yes.
That's really amazing.
So I started riding lessons when I was about 4 years old, and it grew from there.
Honestly, Nadia, you were the role model, to all the girls in that time, I remember, and everybody was looking up to Nadia Lemtawa. And I remember you have your sister,
yes,
Jamila.
Yes. Myself, Jamila Mtawa, and of course Sheikh Abar As-Sabah.
This big picture, together with you.
Yes.
Every single Kuwaiti, male and female, remember that picture when you won.
The proudest,
time.
Let's
move on and go to, another question. More than one interview, it seems that Delhi competition have shaped all future to come. Can you please elaborate on that? Tell us about this big victory, for the Kuwaiti female in Asian Games in New Delhi in 1982.
Yes, we started to train for this early in about 1981.
Okay.
1981-82. We had a team of 10 riders, and those 10 riders went to Ireland for a summer camp to train. Okay. And we had the Olympic Committee, the support of the Olympic Committee with Al-Marhum al-Shahid Sheikh Fahd al-Ahmed.
Yes.
And we had a budget to get horses, and the aim was to participate in the Asian Games and, inshallah, bring a good result.
So your camp was in some
In Ireland.
in Ireland.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And from there, we bought the horses, we trained with them, we returned to Kuwait, we trained some more with our American trainer, Mr. George Hall, and from there we put the horses on a plane. It was
To New
a
Delhi.
military Hercules
Yeah,
plane
wow.
at the time.
So did you go with the horses in the
No,
same?
we went separate.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The horse that I was riding, Fehdan, was actually a local horse.
Faydan.
Yes,
Okay.
he was a local horse that we trained in Kuwait.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
and he's the one that I won the gold medal with.
Okay.
yes.
When you were doing your, let's say, try in show jumping, you had the
Yes.
instinct that you're gonna win, or you had no idea, honestly?
We wanted to win.
Okay.
We wanted
There was
to win.
this strong
Yes,
will.
there was this very strong will and drive and
Okay.
determination.
Okay.
And it had been a dream of mine since I was about 8 years old.
Okay, and this is your shot.
This is it.
You either take it or you let it slip.
I lived, ate, dreamt, everything horses in that time. Prayed,
Ah.
yes.
So, when you say having camp in Ireland and the Asian Games in New Delhi, don't you think I mean, there is a big discrepancy between the weather there and the weather there?
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't that affect your horses or something?
It wasn't bad because it was winter time in
Okay,
New Delhi, so it
okay.
was fine.
So
So
it
we
was
trained.
fine.
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
trained in the summer, the 3 months in the summer in Ireland. The horses went to Kuwait after that, and from Kuwait they went to New Delhi.
Okay, how all of a sudden, the gold medalist and the silver medalist and the bronze medalist are Kuwaiti, I mean, and females. That's what do you call this? Is this destined or coincidence or what?
Hard work,
Hard work.
determination,
Okay, amazing.
good management,
Okay.
planning. It all
So
plays
that's
a part.
definitely
Yes,
yeah,
teamwork.
Yeah, absolutely. The martyr.
Teamwork
Fahd
makes
Lahmed,
the dream work.
Shahid Fahd Lahmed, the martyr was
Yes.
really determined, in
He
all the
supported, yes.
fields. Yeah. So when I ask Nadia Al-Mtawa now, can you compare, show jumping, nowadays to the 80s and 70s? I mean, how would you compare them?
It's very different now. We have a lot more interest, a very young,
more interesting.
more interest now, a
Okay.
bigger population of talented youth riders, up and coming, that show a lot of potential, a lot of promise. We already have Ali Al-Khurafi, who has already bought another gold medal for Kuwait in the Asian Games, the last Asian Games. And he is, I think, one of the top rider now at the moment in Kuwait.
Good,
yes.
good. So
Yes.
definitely now it's progressing, and we
Oh,
saw
yes.
our guest Haya Nafisi, having this
Yes.
beautiful project, bringing the airbag. That's really amazing. If you had this back in the days,
Oh, I wish.
I mean, Superman wouldn't, have this tragic accident.
Yes,
If
yes,
this airbag
very
was
true.
there.
It would have saved me a few broken bones as well.
Absolutely, and you too. Definitely, you paid the price,
I
along
did.
the way.
I did.
Huh?
Yes.
You had some injuries.
Yes. Yes. Plenty of injuries.
Really?
And I feel them in this cold weather.
Oh, really? Yeah, absolutely. They exactly. I play football. I used to be officially a player, and nowadays, especially when I hit the 50s,
Yes.
you can't feel.
I know. But we have to look after ourselves, and it takes good nutrition, good supplements, the right exercise.
Absolutely.
And then age is just a number, really.
So, what is the highest, obstacle in show jumping you jumped?
For me, I've jumped 165,
165.
but as a single fence, not as a
not
a
like
course,
double.
No.
Okay.
But I mean, now we don't really talk about the sport isn't about who jumped the highest.
The highest. Yeah.
It's more technical.
Technical and the
yes,
time
it's-
we're talking about.
We have a certain number of fences
Yeah.
that's built by a course designer to be technical, to bring out those that are not capable, to bring out their عيوبهم يعني
Yeah, their let's say downside.
Yes, the things their weak spots. It will pull out their weak spots so that maybe from 100 riders he will have 10 in a jump off to go through to the next round, which will be the one clearing the fences in the fastest time.
So in your game, in your sport, you have to be really technically, very professional.
You have to train in the correct way to be able to face the test that's coming.
Okay.
And so I look at every competition as a test if I've done my homework correctly.
Okay.
So if there are mistakes, then I know I have to go back and correct them at home so that the next time there's a competition, I've accomplished what I
Okay,
need.
Nadia, we'll come to that.
Yes.
But we have a phone call on the other side.
Yes.
We have Lama Ahmed Abdelal, and definitely she is one of the basically show jumping international judge and commentator. Lama, can you hear us?
Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Good morning, Lama, and it's really a pleasure to have you. And good morning, Kuwait.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's really an honor, really. I see Nadia Al-Mtawwa smiling, when she heard your name.
Even me, when I heard her name, I have a big smile on my face.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys, definitely you guys go a long time, ago.
Yes.
Definitely. So what does a referee mean in your world?
Well, you mean judging. Judging means a lot to me. First of all, I consider it like a hobby that I love, where I'm able to help others while also helping myself in doing something that I consider it fun, relaxing, and sometimes it's challenging.
Nice.
And as a judge, it's important that I follow the rules and set them at the same time in competitions. It's also important that I am always on the side of the rider and never against them, because judging or judges have the power to make a rider either love or hate the sport. And it's important to me that they love the sport.
Exactly. You remind me, the teaching. They say some students hate some certain courses because of the teacher.
That's true.
And that's exactly what you said. Anyway, briefly tell us about your experience with Madame Nadia. Does she have a common mistakes as she rides? Does she have a specific feature as she jumps?
Mm-hmm. Well, my relation with Nadia is based in mutual respect and love. And I love Nadia so she knows that. She knows that. And she's a love person who always sees the bright side and makes sure everyone sees the bright side. Well, about her mistakes, I don't believe Nadia has a common mistake. She's a very dedicated and talented rider who is always working on her skills. She doesn't get comfortable, which is very important. She's always finding ways to sharpen and improve her riding skills, which is why it's very rare to find mistakes in her riding.
And definitely you are correct. And I remember your late, God bless his soul, your father. I remember when he used to, teach the TV presenters and anchors how, not to do mistakes by, reviewing your material earlier. Definitely. Thank you very much, Lama Abdelal. If you have an award for Nadia, you want to say to her, this is your time.
Well, I would just want to tell Nadia that really I am proud of her and her continued dedication to riding.
She's a proud of you. Yeah.
Yes, big time. And
Thank
you know
you.
that.
Thank you, Lama. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And it's an honor really to have you on Good Morning Kuwait. Definitely we will see you maybe in the future. So let's go, because we are out of time, Madame Nadia. I mean, a successful accomplishment is definitely a between a qualified horse and skillful rider who does this work. What does each of you, provide for other, you and the horse? I mean, definitely there is some sort of communication.
There is a connection.
Yeah, there is a connection. Is that true? They say you can feel the horse. The horse has a feeling for you.
Yes. But this comes with time. You build up, like any relationship, you build up, you work on it. And you have to have a good...
let me just put this closer. Is it like any pet in the house?
Similar.
Somehow similar.
Except imagine this is, you're riding this animal.
Okay.
So there is an even closer connection and a real bond that develops. And that's what, for me, makes the difference between winning and losing. You build up this relationship and this bond. You build up a good foundation. You have to work with a solid foundation, like anything. So you build up from the basics, and then everything becomes easier. If you skip that, you'll miss something. Okay. And it will show in the competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Madame Nadia Mtawa, our gold medalist, and you know, our Kuwaiti really hero and legend. What would you like to say at the end for your viewers? You know, this is your time.
Yes,
now.
I would like to continue to be an inspiration for the young riders.
Definitely you are.
And they're my inspiration to still be here in this sport and to keep going, truthfully. Really.
Absolutely. We wish you a good health and a long age.
Thank you.
And, you know, be an inspiration for the youngsters.
And if I can just say also, the support of Haya with her vest has been a real big help for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Really.
Buy Haya's vest, you know, you got to buy it.
Definitely. It's an investment.
Nadia Mtawa, our legend in show jumping. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Farid, for having me.
Dear viewers, we'll go for a break, and after that, we'll be back with almost the closing. That was really amazing, Sarah, you know, having such guests like Nadia Mtawa. You know, she was a legend for all the Kuwaiti females. Definitely, you were young. I don't think you were born even that, but you have to believe me. You know, she was the pioneer who paved the way for all the females, all the girls in our society, and even in the GCC. And also, your guest was really amazing with her beautiful project.
Actually, as a Kuwaiti female, I'm so proud of Haya, and of course about that pioneer, actually, Nadia. That was really a lovely interview, Farid, and that was a lovely project from Haya, the safety vest, actually, that really encouraged too many people, and I'm one of them, actually, myself, to start horse riding. Our episode, dear viewers, and Farid was really amazing. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. See you for the next one, and have a warm day. Bye-bye.